What's all this?
This armor was left by Morgan of Winterhold. She was an ancestor of mine. Carrie says it belongs to me. Isn't it wonderful?
It looks fantastic. Why don't you try it on?
Do you think I should?
Please do, my child. We await with anticipation.
Go ahead. You can take it off again. Don't worry.
How does it look?
Remarkable. It's a fine example of antique armor forged by the famous Khajiit armorer Zizije. This particular piece was worn by your great-great-grandmother, Morgan of Winterhold, when she accompanied the Emperor Titus Mede I on campaign.
What the hell are these?
Oh, those, yes. Those, dear girl, are breasts.
Why would anyone put breasts on a cuirass?
Ah, well, you see, men wear the cuirass, and women wear what's called the, breastplate. Yes. It's used as a combat tactic. When the enemy approaches and raises his weapon, you would dazzle him with your breastplate, giving you the advantage, and then you strike.
Yeah, right. Dragonborn?
He is fucking with her.
He's making fun of you, Rigmore. It's a custom cuirass made for a war maiden.
What? Oh, har har. Very funny. I guess I could get used to it, though. I love it.
Ah.
Nice try back there.
She really does have a wonderful innocence, and it's quite lovable, isn't she?
Yes, yes she is.
Anyway, Guardian, I think our business here is done. Don't forget to tell the girl when you think she is ready. It's obvious now is not the time. Take care of her. Who knows, one day our paths might cross again.
Shut up, asshole.
You ready to head out to Ingle's camp?
Yeah, let's get this over with. Can you carry the armor for me?
Sure, no problem.
Dragonborn, there's a sword, too.
I'll look after it for you, don't worry.
Thank you.
It's light. What the fuck is it light? Speaking of armor. Rude. Speaking of armor, I like the boots and the gauntlets that I have on, but I do not like the body. So yeah. I want something that's more form-fitting. Don't know how they will play well though, because they might be adjusting the body somewhat. Yeah, I'll just be different by the time y'all see me next. So that's just it.
Very good. Then we're done.
This game just looked good like that.
Hey, I could use a drink. Why don't we check out the inn?
So, did you learn anything about your ancestors?
Well, Morgan was my great-great-great-grandmother, and her mother was also called Wigmore. But she died, and the college adopted Morgan, and when she came of age, became the court mage to the Meade dynasty. How cool is that, Dragonborn?
Very cool, Rigmore.
So, the heirlooms I had, when I first met you, Morgan made those from her mother's armor and weapons. But after the Emperor died, she came back to the college and disappeared. She took the heirlooms with her, but left behind what we have now.
Come on, let's get this over with.
What am I going to say to them?
You'll think of something. I'll be right beside you, okay?
Okay, let's do this.
For the first time in fucking hours, days, I'm hearing a dragon. I don't even know where it is. Hopefully it doesn't disturb us.
Sure, okay about this.
Just pass me Morgan's armor.
We can ride on by.
Now pass me her sword.
You don't have to do this.
Yes, I do. Just give me the sword.
How do you feel?
You really want to know? I feel invincible. I am an unstoppable force. A born killer, widowmaker, a true Nord warrior, and my enemy's worst nightmare. And the scariest thing of all, it excites me. It invigorates me. It is all I have ever known, and I feel good. But once this is done, know this, it will be over. So don't you ever ask me about it again. Do you understand me?
Completely.
Just so you know, I'm not doing this for passion, or enroll, or you. I'm doing this for my father. It's what he would have wanted. I at least owe him this much, considering the failure I've been so far. You never know. He might even forgive me.
Where the fuck is it? I want to kill it. It's disturbing my dialogue.
Watch it!
Now move out of there. Go to the side, so.
Hey. She wanted to come. She insisted on addressing the sons.
By the god, she truly is her father's daughter. Silence. Silence. Let the child speak.
You asked for me to come. Here I am! I know you all loved my father, and most of you here, sons and daughters of Talon, will have followed him and fought alongside him with loyalty and honor. You are here today because a new wind blows from the north,
Are you fucking
and on
kidding
it
me?
rides a new danger, ready to sow the seeds of war. This homecoming is testament to your love for your homeland. This calling of arms, my brothers and sisters, testament to your love of our people. This truce between our former enemy is testament to the peril we face. For a short time, the enemy of our enemy shall become our friends.
Rigmore,
Can you please take me home now?
Rigmore, I served with your father in Hammerfell. Rigmore, I served with your father. I was at the Red Ring.
I feel like if the speech wasn't completed, it got cut off at some point or some shit like that. I blame the dragon. Where the fuck is it? Where?
Dragonborn.
You fucking pregnant or something?
It's okay, I'm right here. Let's get you home.
By the gods.
Why am I sticking so much?
I could use a drink.
I think we had better talk, Dragonborn. You okay?
Anything I need to know about?
Sethri arrived earlier. What an obnoxious elf. He took a bath in the lake and hasn't gotten dressed since. He has been annoying Angie, too. You might want to tell him to put some clothes on.
I don't know why all these people just spawn in there for.
I think we had better talk, Dragonborn. Yes?
How's things been, Sigun? Anything I need to know about?
Sethri arrived earlier. What an obnoxious elf. He took a bath in the lake and hasn't gotten dressed since. He has been annoying Angie, too. You might want to tell him to put some clothes on. I tried to tell him earlier, but he insists it's his farmhouse, and he thinks he can do whatever he likes.
I'll have a word with him. Is Baron still here?
Yes, he's around somewhere. How has Rigmore been?
She has been doing fine. A lot of her memory has returned.
That's good to know.
Dragonborn.
Hey, you okay?
Thank you, Dragonborn,
For what?
for being here for me.
I will always be here for you. Get some sleep. You must be exhausted.
Yes, I will.
Remember, you don't have to do anything you don't want to. Not anymore.
Good night, Dragonborn.
Fear not.
Sethri, why are you naked?
I'm not naked. I've got a pair of pants on.
You would do well to make yourself decent. There are ladies present.
Whoa there. We don't all have a huge mansion in Torval. It's the heat. Well met.
Why are you here exactly, Sethri?
The invasion fleet you're expecting. It's been spotted out to sea off the coast of Morrowind. Thought you'd want to know.
So they went the long way round. Clever.
They should be here any time soon.
Greetings.
Baren, any news from Cyrodiil?
Our allies are ready to pounce. Once the invasion starts, countermeasures will be taken. The Dominion is waiting for the moment to strike on the Isle. Once the new order lands in Skyrim, Mead will feign troop movements north to expose the Southern Army and crush them on the border of Cyrodiil.
All we need to do is stop Adriath and his army here in Skyrim.
Yes.
Does a man get some decent food around here? Talking about plans.
Well met, Dragonborn. Ingle and I thought it wise to discuss the coming invasion. Do you have any suggestions regarding the defense of Skyrim from the enemy forces?
We could try and throw them back into the sea, but we don't know when or where they'll land. We'll be outnumbered, so we have to choose our ground wisely.
The swamps around Hjalmark are not suited to Legion tactics. We will become bogged down. The mud will kill us.
They have only a few options open to them, too. What's the bet they'll avoid Solitude and Windhelm and go for broke?
Yes. If I were in Adriath's position, I would avoid a lengthy siege. He doesn't even know if the Southern Army group will advance in good time, if at all it defeats Titus's army. So a suppressing force on the Pale Border and one at Dragon Bridge will effectively cut off Solitude and Windhelm, while the main bulk of troops head straight for Whiterun. That's what I would do. As Ingall just said, go for broke.
Yeah, he has to get his army out of the swamp immediately, like a lightning strike within 24 hours of landing. If they take the city of Whiterun, the war in Skyrim is over. He will be free to take Solitude and Windhelm at will.
He'll protect his flank.
Sethri, for heaven's sakes, put some clothes on.
With a small force.
Sethri, get out of here.
As you wish. I'll go get dressed.
What is it?
Cassius, as soon as they land, I want you to move your legion to Whiterun.
Excellent. The walls will protect our right flank. He has no choice but to come for us. We can draw his main force into ground of our choosing and take the head off the serpent.
What is it?
You too, Ingall. You're to be our shield wall.
The classic textbook maneuver. Pin them down and outflank their left. We can use the Whiterun garrison to boost my numbers.
Hey,
It's our best hope, but which way will he come?
there's two options open for him. Through the mountain pass at Labyrinthian, or across the plains via Dragon Bridge. Either way, we will be waiting outside the city. With my encampment on the Pale Border and Ingol's camp outside Windhelm, he would need a protracted campaign to take that area, so he will avoid it.
Come, Cassius. We can discuss the logistics on the way back to our garrisons. We'll keep you informed of the situation, Guardian.
Need
Baren,
something?
you mentioned to remember who you are. Sometimes you need to go back.
Yes, but you mentioned Rigmor's memory has returned?
But she's still not right, not as she used to be. Her spirit is gone.
We need to make one more connection. We need to find something that will link her to the past. Maybe something from her childhood? You have spoken to her at length. Has she confided in you? Something very personal she feel guilty about?
She often mentioned she felt guilty for letting her father down.
That he trained her to be the son he never had? She told that to me. And with all that has gone on, maybe she doesn't feel worthy of her task set by her father. None of that was her fault. There was nothing she could have done to protect her father, or more importantly in this case, her mother. Only hate and revenge fueled her until recently. Now Sigun is safe, but what of her father's love?
So she feels unworthy to even wield a blade.
We must reconnect her with the past. She needs to rediscover her father's love. It must come from a source not connected with her life since he was murdered. Sometimes he can be an item. Do you know of anything? Maybe Sigun would know. Has she mentioned about Rigmor's childhood?
Only that Rigmor's father made her a doll. Maybe I could try making her one.
Don't worry, she will be fine. Give her time. Go and speak to Sigun.
What is it?
Sigun, remember you told me that story about Ragnar made her a doll?
Yes, the one she gave to the little dark elf girl. Why are you asking?
Sometimes to go forward, you need to go back. I was hoping it would help her.
It was just a piece of old dowling with a sackcloth dress and string hair.
I know it's a long shot, but it's all I have. Did she have a name for it?
She called it Jenny.
Thank you, Sigun. I'll take a trip to Riften in the morning to get what I need.
I hope one day this will all be over so I can take her home. Maybe we can live a normal life. Start over. I hope the doll helps.